So as you all know, over this past weekend of October 21st, there was an incident that happened to where it was made to seem like Rita's oldest daughter, LaBria Watson, was missing, when in fact she wasn't, and she was actually with a friend guy chilling for a couple of days. And it had the whole YouTube, including other sources of social media, in a frenzy, and everyone was looking for this girl. She's 21 years old, and she was is currently living with her grandmother. And like I said, it caused a frenzy, and a lot of people were upset and were actually trying to help and shared the story. And within 24 hours, this girl actually had a news article about her. A lot of bigger YouTubers and Instagram people were like posting her story, sharing her story, and it actually reached a lot of people. Well, it came to be that on Monday, she was actually found to have been with her friend the whole entire time, and she was upset and cursing everyone out or whatever. But the whole time she kept saying that she in fact did let her grandmother know that she would be gone for a few days, and that she was with a friend, and that she last spoke with her grandmother on Thursday night. Well, Saturday morning, her grandmother went to her only child's house to let her know that her daughter was missing. They actually have this kind of bumpy relationship, to where that they don't speak that often, but in the instance where something was wrong with her daughter's child, or she couldn't get in contact with her, she, did what any grandmother would do, is, first things first, go let the mom know. Well, actually, it turns out that she contacted the police first, and the police actually showed up to her home with her. So Rita was then, bombarded with a whole bunch of feelings and emotions, and she did what any mother would do, which is, go into mama bear mode and, find her child, protect her child, and, do whatever she has to do. So Rita immediately, after some time, I say about 30 minutes or so, she go ahead and leaves the house, and she starts looking for her. She goes to her mother's house, and they are sitting and discussing, who's her friends, pull up her social media, who did she last speak to. Rita did get the phone records for her daughter, and she found that she contacted a Uber service, which was some cab company, and they were giving her issues about the driver that was supposed to have picked her up, or but it turned out the girl never actually got on the Uber because she said they didn't show up. So anyways, like I was saying, the whole time Rita is, doing everything she can to find, her daughter, and put the story out there while doing it on YouTube. And a lot of people had different emotions about that, like, well, why is she spending every minute, on YouTube? But y'all have to understand, she's been on YouTube for years now, like, and she vlogs her life. So at that moment, she hit up YouTube and was like, look, this is the situation. And you could clearly tell that she was distraught. She, none of that was planned on her end, and it was actual genuine emotions. Well, after the whole entire YouTube, Instagram, the story was spread on Twitter, after all of that was said and done, Monday, it happens to be that she's found. Well, she spazzes out after hugging her mom. Somehow the grandmother gets in her ear to the point to where she starts cursing her out and spazzing her out. And then she goes into family issues that were brought to YouTube, a year ago. And even as far as 4 months ago, they were having this whole, back and forth. So she spazzes on her mom. They end up going their separate ways. And when she gets home with her grandmother, it's like everything just totally switched up. Like, it went from, the grandmother's telling Rita, take your child, take her back with you, this, that, and the third, to, Hombre is the real father of baby J. And we're all like, well, where did this come from? Like, this had nothing to do with anything. Like, why are you, all of a sudden now trying to bring up, this information about some dude that your mom was supposedly, messing around with for drugs or pills or whatever the story was. And it just, automatically appeared to be a deflection, which it was. And the grandma cat was actually, popping her shit as well. But I'm one of the ones that was sitting back like, but how though? Like, the fuck? Like, you were clearly seen on Facebook, just as much as Rita was on YouTube, putting out this story and acting like you were so concerned and finding out this and that. Like, you were actually sitting on the corner of your bed with your legs open, eating Reese's cups. Like, you didn't seem like you were that sad or that you were so invested to the point to where, you couldn't eat anything because you were that sad. Like, it just came off as something else was going on. And the whole time people kept saying, and, different people chats that something going on with that grandma. Like, I don't know, this story just kind of seeming kind of sketchy, which after a while it started to, definitely give those vibes. And then there came the moment to where a $7K ransom text was sent to the grandmother's phone. I'm going to let that sit for just a few seconds. Yes, y'all, 7K. Like, hold up. How did this random 7K text just, appear out of nowhere? And, the grandmother not necessarily feeling no awkward way about it. She like, basically like, oh Lord, like, we from the hood, we ain't got this type of money. How we gonna get this money? But in all reality, you know how that money would be raised if that 7K was pushed. I'm going to let that sit for a second again. 7K, y'all. A 7K ransom text was sent for LaBria saying that she was sick, she's not taking anything, and she wants to speak to her family. 7K my motherfucking ass. That shit automatically came off as fucking sketchy as some other shit going on, and I immediately start to side out of the situation, as many other people did as well, to the point to where, everybody like, hold on, where did this text come from? Why all of a sudden now did this text come through for 7K? But the whole time, no one was ever asking for any money. Rita never once asked for money, and if anybody said she did, they're telling a lie, period. She never asked for anything. But a 7K text come through to the grandmother's phone about LaBria's safety and that she's not eating or taking anything. Scratching my motherfucking head, y'all. What the fuck? Like, this whole story just like grabbed at so many people's like heartstrings and tugged at people's emotions. Like, not me, but people been out here like actually losing sleep over this woman's situation, to where her daughter was supposedly missing. Like, we don't play when it comes to our black kids, our black families, our anybody, kids, period, family members, period, just out here missing. Like, that's not nothing to play around with. And for somebody to take this as a joke, as some type of money grab, a cash grab, whatever you want to call it, like, it's some sick, low ass individuals in this world. Like, it's really a shame the times we live in. Like, and I'm not even half of these people age, but I'm just sitting back like, all this shit just, it's crazy. And the way that girl spazzed on her mom, I understand that she's been hurt in her life, as many of us have. Like, shit, I have my own personal story. But the thing is that the way that you disrespect your mom, the way that you talk to her, even though it's something that's learned, deep down inside, like, that shit not right. Like, you talk to her like she's nothing. And I understand all the feelings and all the things she ever put you through, and everything that's bottled up, and everything that you halfway let out, all the feelings that just pour out when you talk and explain your story. Like, I understand all that. Trust me, like, I can relate. Like, I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, baby girl, like, you out here like on some other shit. Like, you 21, you say you grown, but at the same time, it's like your mentality is of whatever age that you were actually hurt. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, your mom was actually out here doing everything she could, like, and then you complain about her being on YouTube, but your grandmother was on Facebook the whole time. You have a YouTube channel. You have YouTube videos to where y'all are actually going back and forth about y'all family issues. Like, just all of this is crazy. At the end of the day, everything is not for YouTube, but if you're gonna have it on YouTube, just come on now, have some type of decency to yourself. But at the same time, we understand that different people is, built different ways, was raised different ways, grew into, whatever they was gonna grow into from whatever they done dealt with. But it's just, it's not right. Like, this whole thing just made it bad for people out here that might really have a story that need listened to at that time, or need people to take them seriously at whatever time that they're, sharing their story. Like, it make it bad for people to even have any interest to, want to lend a listening ear, like, to even say, okay, well, I care about you, or, okay, well, how can we help the situation, or how can we make you feel better, or how can we support? Like, it make it bad for people out here that really do, have shit going on, and they actually do need people on their side, and people that will come through. Like, it make it bad for all those type of people, because it make you, like, sit back and question, is this shit really genuine, or is it a setup, to bring the bull, to have people, feeling some type of way, or wanting to go in their purse, or wanting to drop some money on different situations, when it's not even that. Like, all that shit was really a scam. Like, this is pitiful. It really is. And I wasn't even going to make a video about this, because I was just to the point to, like, you know what, I ain't no need to respond on this shit. It is what it is. It's going to happen again. People going to do the same shit again. But no, I had to speak up and say something, because this is just, it's crazy. It's too much. And like I said, it just make it bad for the people that, really actually need help, or want help, or the people that's out here that's really missing, that family really need, people to be 10 toes down out here helping to find their child or their family member. Like, it make it hard for all that, because people gonna, continue to question everything even harder now. Like, nothing like this has ever happened on YouTube in this sector like that. But it just showed you that when it's a really, really serious issue, like, people will come together, band together to do whatever and anything that they can do. And I sat back in this sector for a lot of years before I did, start even chatting in chats, or, just dropping my opinions. But I don't know, it just make you like, what is going on with these people? Like, what is in the air? And like I said, I'm not even half these people age, but most of these people in this sector is like, they is really on some other stuff. Like, and I can understand doing it for the YouTube chat and the clicks and the views, but come on, people, is it really that serious? Like, this grandmother really, went and tried to play this whole thing out, but somehow they backed out when that $7K ransom was dropped, and people started questioning shit, and somebody contacted the FBI on the behalf and all that stuff. Then she just so happened to appear the next day. Come on now, y'all. Come on. Like, this not a laughing matter, but I'm laughing out of pity. Like, this is really crazy. It is really crazy. It's crazy. And when you think about, all the events that happened and went on, the whole time, the grandma was giving clues that it wasn't genuine. Like, the whole time. Rita wanted to call the police immediately. Even though I understand, Rita, you on live the whole time now. You can easily get off your live and call the police yourself from the device that you're recording on. But I'm going to mind my business on that part. So Rita asking her mom to call the police the whole time, and she just stalling. She saying this and that. Okay, well, give me a minute. Like, hold on. What's going on? And this was at the moment when, the police wasn't there. This was, I think, the next day when they were getting together to go try to look for and different things. Like, Rita was out in them streets. She was at abandoned houses, at damn houses that had occupants, like, questioning where her daughter is and everything. Which came the next issue to where Brian got upset with Rita because she went to her ex-boyfriend's house and was questioning her whereabouts, or had he seen her or been with her, this, that, and the third. And she's upset with Rita because Rita was over there yelling and this, that, and the third, which, you know, she wasn't really yelling at them. She's just, you know, trying to find her child. She's asking questions. She wants answers. So somehow the family is upset or something. LaLa is saying they gonna call the police or press charges if Rita don't take the videos down of her over there, because some, like, the license plate or something is recorded and the house number or something like that. But at the moment of those events, like, nobody is thinking about trying to get those people information and do this, that, and the third. Like, nobody even knows them folks. Like, she was just over there looking for your ass. Like, come on now, where all this? I understand where the anger is, but still, it seems like after you was removed from your mother or whatever, after that hug and whatever your grandmother said to you, it's like your whole demeanor, like, switched. Like your eyes just became darker than they already are, Brian. Like, I mean, I can believe it, but I couldn't believe it. Like, that type of shit. But yeah, y'all, I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in on it and speak about this setup. You know, to come to the people with the bullshit, the $7K ransom, LaLa that was never missing. I mean, it's just out here in these streets, y'all. Out here in these streets.